family and friends, who have all gathered here today, I stand before you with a heavy heart, a heart weighed down by the loss of a dear friend, a brother from another mother, and a shining light in our lives today. I want to share with you memories of someone so special, someone whose absence leaves a void that cannot be filled. Today, I want to talk about my best friend, Riley. Riley wasn't just a friend. He was the epitome of what a friend should be. He was the kind of person who could light up a room with just a smile, whose laughter was contagious, whose presence brought comfort and joy to those around him. He wasn't one for big speeches or grand gestures, but his actions spoke volumes about the kind of person he was. Those of us who were fortunate enough to know Riley knew him not only as a gifted athlete, but also a friend, one who was quiet and reserved at first, but whose warmth and humor shone through once you got to know him. I met Riley during our freshman year at O'Connor High School. Both of us were new to school and navigating the intimidating halls and trying to find our place. It didn't take long for our paths to cross, and from that moment we met, it was like the universe had brought us together. Our connection was instant, as if we'd known each other forever. One of my favorite memories was just having Riley over to eat. We loved good food. My stepdad would bless us with his culinary skills, whipping up these amazing meals that we would devour. Some days he'd show up just for dinner and just leave. And my family was just happy to see him always. Another memory stands out in my mind. It was a typical weekend filled with the kind of friendly competition and mischief that defines our friend group. We had arranged a boxing match, a light-hearted fun showdown between us. Of course, I found myself squaring off against none other than Riley. As we tapped gloves and exchanged glances, there was excitement in the air as homies egged on the craziness. However, our ambitions were short-lived. In a swift and unexpected move, Riley landed a blow to right ear, and it caught me off guard, leaving my lip a mess thanks to my braces. The match was over almost as quickly as that had started, leaving me humbled, but we laughed until our stomachs hurt. It was so ridiculous. Just a couple weeks ago, it had been raining, the kind of rain that turns the streets into rivers and the gutters into miniature waterfalls. As I was making my way home on foot, I saw Riley and waved him over. Little did I know that Riley had other plans. He maneuvered his car with precision, aiming straight for the puddle by the curb. And before I knew it, I was drenched from head to toe, courtesy of the raging hurricane, created none other than my best friend, I'll admit. In that moment, my initial reaction wasn't one of gratitude. In fact, I may have used some choice words and gestures to express my frustration, but true to his nature, Riley didn't miss a beat. He stopped the car, opened up the passenger door, and with a grin that could light up darkest nights, he said, "Get it." I couldn't help but crack a smile as contagious laughter, even if it was at my expense. Riley couldn't contain his excitement any longer. He had a huge grin, and he shared the news that he made the JV baseball team and secured the starting spot at the shortstop. At that moment, I couldn't have been more proud of him. Riley wasn't just talented on the baseball field, but he played with a grace and skill that left us all in awe. Frankly, his athleticism was kind of annoying. He was good at everything. Like seriously, it was the kind that had a secret stash of hidden talent away somewhere, and he'd whip it out whenever he felt like it. But you know what? As much as we might have complained about Riley's superhuman ability, deep down, we couldn't help but admire him. Because not only was he ridiculously talented, but he also was the kind of guy that never let it get to his head. He was really humble, he was down to earth, and he always was there to lend a hand to a younger player on how to improve their skills. Riley was more talented than just a baseball player. He was a dreamer with big aspirations. He had his sights set on college ball and making it to the big leagues, living out a dream. What I'll remember most about Riley is his quiet strength and his loyalty. He wasn't one to brag about his accomplishments, but he had this fire, this determination to succeed, that inspired us all to be better. And even in the face of adversity, he never lost sight of what was really important. His family, his friends, and the bonds that held us all together. In the wake of Riley's passing, I've had the privilege of spending time with his family. Being with them has allowed me to see just how deeply Riley was loved and cherished within his family circle. His parents, his sister, and extended family members have opened their hearts to me and all of Riley's friends, offering us warmth, support, and a sense of belonging during this time. Despite their own grief, they welcomed us into their home with open arms, sharing stories, memories, and laughter as we reminisced about the great person Riley is. Spending time with Riley's family has reinforced just how special he was. He wasn't just a beloved friend to me, he was at first a beloved son, brother, grandson, nephew, and cousin to them. A light in their lives who brought joy and love wherever he went. He was a source of strength and love for his family, and his spirit continues to live on in the love that they share and the memories that they hold. You may be gone, but your spirit will live in our hearts forever. And we will always be here to watch over your little sister. Just know, just as you would have wanted. Grace, you have inherited a gang of big brothers. And just know you're never getting a boyfriend. When Riley's dad approached me with the question of, what's one word that comes to mind when you think of Riley? In that instant, a flood of memories and emotions took over, but one word that came to mind was peace. Riley had this ability to bring peace wherever he went. Whether it was with his calm demeanor, his contagious laughter, or his cool style, he always had a way of grounding us, of soothing our worries, and reminding us that everything would be okay. And now, as we go through this grief and loss, it's clear that Riley will be the missing piece in our lives as we move forward. His absence leaves a void that cannot be filled, but even in the death, Riley's spirit lives on, a beacon of peace and light that will guide us through the darkness. So let us carry Riley's memories with us always, reminding us to seek peace in the chaos. Let us also take comfort in knowing that he has left behind a legacy of love, laughter, and unbreakable bonds that will never fade. Let us honor his memory of being there for one another by cherishing each and every moment we have together and never taking granted the precious gift of friendship, because tomorrow isn't promised. Love you, Riley. Number 5.